Welcome to RV Kitchen, where all my recipes are cheap, easy, and delicious. So for Easter, I rented a little cabin just to do a little holiday getaway. And for dessert, the family requested strawberry dump cake. Well, it really doesn't get any cheaper, easier, or more delicious than this. And just because I'm making this for Easter doesn't mean this is not a great dessert to make for Mother's Day, Memorial Weekend, 4th of July. Honey, this is a cake recipe to keep in your back pocket for all summer long. Now, I'm going to make 2 of these bad boys because the family is hungry and they all want some to take home. So, if you're making this for a small crowd, well, honey, you just do half of it. In a large bowl, I've got everything that cake mix is called for 2 boxes of the cake mix. And then we're going to dump in about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of sour cream. Yes, honey, that is fabulous in any strawberry cake mix. And then we're going to take and dump in half of a family-sized box of instant vanilla pudding. Don't worry, honey, we're going to save the other half for later. And then you're going to give that a good old mix. Up next, dump in both cake mixes there. Smells so good. And y'all, let me tell you, this recipe is so nice because you can't mess it up. You can make it the night before, even 2 days before, and it just gets better. All right, now that everything's in, we're going to give that a good old whisk. Not too much, just till we get a nice, unlumpy mixture. And then we're going to break out some pans and divide that up. You're going to want to go for a sheet cake size because we got a lot of stuff that we're fixing to dump and top on. All right, we're going to let that rock on at 350 for 20 minutes. We may give a few minutes later on. But during that time, we're going to go ahead and make up a box of strawberry jello. This is the boiling water to cold water ratio. Instant, I'm sure, would be just fine. So we're going to dump that in a bowl and then hit that with some boiling water. Ooh, careful now, baby. I just love the way that smells as soon as the hot water hits. I think blue raspberry is the best smelling one, though. Give that a good stir, and then, honey, you're going to dump in your cold water and let that set to the side for just a second. And then we're going to make up the instant pudding. Yes, you remember that other half? Well, we're going to dump that half into the bowl along with 1 whole box of the family-size pudding. If you're only doing half of this recipe, 1 box will do you just fine, so you'll end up making just half of the vanilla pudding mix. And where it says 3 cups, honey, we're just going to hold back 1 cup. So a total of about 4 cups here will do you just fine for the 1.5 boxes of pudding mix. Ooh. And yes, honey, go for the whole milk, baby. Dump that on into the bowl, and then, honey, use your strong hand and give that a good old mix. Just do your best to work out as many lumps as you can. This is a great job if you've got some little ones running around. Yes, baby, put them to work. All right, let's check on our cake. It's starting to smell good. Ooh, she's rising. We're going to add on about another 8 minutes and just let that roll on. And yes, honey, that pudding is looking gorgeous. Now, to that, we're going to add in 1 small container of Cool Whip. You can use homemade heavy cream, whichever. But, honey, I'm not stressing over this one. So we're going to work that in. And it's just going to kind of lighten up and make everything real nice when it comes to that pudding. Don't worry about over mixing that. Just get it the best you can, honey. This is all stress-free. And this part is totally optional. You can just leave out the Cool Whip if you don't want it in there. And once you get that nice and mixed up, honey, you're just going to set that to the side. And let's move on to the next step. Go on, have your lick there, honey. Now, I've got myself some frozen strawberries. These are right in the freezer section. They're sliced and already sugared up and everything. You can use fresh strawberries on this step, but, honey, honestly, this works the best. You're going to take that whole container and dump it into your Jell-O mix. And trust me, honey, that's going to cool it down real quick. I checked on the cakes, and we're going to need another 5 minutes, honey. Mix those strawberries into that Jell-O, and they're just going to semi-fall apart. Some will stay whole, some will get tiny. It's just a really nice mixture. It's going to come out kind of like a loose jam, if you will. Give that a good stir, and then just set it to the side. And then our cakes are ready, baby, so we're going to pull them out and let them cool down just for a little bit. You know they're done whenever they start pulling away from the sides there. Just gorgeous. There's something about a strawberry cake mix that smells amazing. Just makes you happy. All right, now that we got everything set up and ready to go, really right now it's just at the point of assembly. So I'm going to take a little back end of a spoon here. We're just going to poke ourselves a couple of holes. You can use anything, but just give yourselves a nice good size hole here, honey. And you're going to do this all over the cake. Hence the name Poke Cake. Oh, and I just got to show y'all, look at how perfect this came out. I tell you what, if I wouldn't have to poke holes in it and turn it out, it wouldn't be that perfect. All right, looks great. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take that Jell-O and strawberry mixture, and you're going to start spooning it onto that cake. Now, ideally, honey, you want to get most of it into those holes. Well, at least the liquid part, and the strawberries can just rest on top. If you do decide to go for fresh strawberries, honey, you can either dice them or slice them. You're just going to do your strawberry Jell-O mixture down first and then put your fresh strawberries on top, and that just makes it so much easier. And, honey, yes, you are going to use the entire bit on this. Just keep in mind that you may only use half of that strawberry mixture if you're not doubling up on the recipe. Ooh, look at that cake just absorbing all that deliciousness. I have a chocolate version of one of these bad boys I have to show y'all sometime. Now what we're going to do is once everything is nice and cooled, we're going to slide this into the fridge and let it sit for about 30 to 35 minutes. Just in time to enjoy a little Easter cocktail. And once that's nice and chill and set up, you're going to take and just pour on top your vanilla pudding mixture that's got the Cool Whip in it. And you just smear that all over. And honey, don't skip a corner. You want to go all the way to the edge. I like to divide it up and then give her a good smear. Beautifully coated, baby. Now, you could stop right here, but honey, I just think it needs a little bit more Cool Whip here because why not? So for this recipe, you're going to need 1 large container of Cool Whip and 1 small one. And then again, honey, you could stop right there, but I'm a little extra. So I'm going to take and crush up 1 bag of vanilla wafer cookies, and then we're just going to scatter that all over the top of this cake. Keep in mind you could do more fresh strawberries. That would be lovely. Then you're going to pop the dome on it, let it sit in the fridge for a couple of hours, if not overnight. And honey, trust me, you want to make it overnight because it's fabulous. And baby, she is ready to roll. Now, unfortunately, my sister isn't getting to stay, but we're going to go ahead and give her a nice scoop size before the family attacks it. And honey, let me tell you, they just ravaged over these. Well, I hope y'all enjoy, and baby, the next time I see you, we'll be back at the RV kitchen. Ooh, open up, a big bite's coming in. Oh.